The 2014 United States $1 dime is part of the long-running Roosevelt Dime series, which has been in continuous circulation since 1946, introduced just months after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who is honored on the obverse of the coin for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II and for his association with the March of Dimes polio campaign. The obverse of the coin features a left-facing portrait of President Roosevelt with the inscriptions Liberty positioned prominently near the left edge, In God We Trust placed just below his chin, and the date 2014 to the right of his neckline. Beneath the year is the P Mint mark, which tells us that this particular coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the primary facilities responsible for producing circulating coinage in the United States. Like all modern circulating dimes since 1965, the 2014 Roosevelt dime is not made of silver, but rather consists of a copper core clad with an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it its characteristic silvery appearance while remaining affordable for mass production. The weight is 2.268 grams, the diameter is 17.91 millimeters, and the edge is reeded with 118 tiny grooves. Turning to the reverse, the design, created by John R. Sinek, the same engraver responsible for the obverse, features a torch in the center symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch representing peace on the left and an oak branch representing strength and independence on the right. Encircling these elements is the inscription United States of America at the top and $1 dime at the bottom, with the Latin motto E pluribus unum, meaning out of many one, positioned just below the torch. The 2014 P dime is an extremely common issue, with hundreds of millions produced for general circulation, so in circulated condition it is typically worth only its face value of 10 cents. However, uncirculated or high-grade certified examples, especially those graded MS 67 or higher, may be worth between a few dollars and occasionally up to $20 or more to collectors who specialize in high-quality modern coinage. While visually similar to most other Roosevelt dimes from the past several decades, collectors often check for minting errors such as off-center strikes, doubled dies, or missing clad layers, which can turn an ordinary dime into a valuable rarity. Some 2014 dimes have been reported with minor die chips or die breaks near the lettering or around Roosevelt's ear, but these are usually considered small novelty errors and less dramatic. Despite its modest appearance, the design of the dime is packed with symbolism and history. The torch, olive branch, and oak branch together reflect the nation's values of freedom, peace, and resilience. Even the phrases liberty and In God We Trust, mandated on U.S. coins for generations, reinforce the ideals the nation wants to uphold. Though we handle dimes every day without much thought, each one, like this 2014 P example, represents decades of tradition, national pride, and artistic continuity. In short, while a 2014 P dime may not make you rich, it is a tiny but powerful piece of American history and design, linking the everyday economy to the memory of one of the country's most influential presidents. Next top. The 1918 United States $1 dime, commonly called the Mercury dime, though officially known as the Winged Liberty Head dime, is one of the most cherished coins in early 20th century American numismatics, valued today not only for its silver content but also for its artistic merit and symbolic meaning. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, indicated by the absence of a mint mark, often referenced as 1918 P, this coin reflects a nation in the midst of World War I, brimming with patriotic confidence, yet shadowed by global conflict. The obverse front of the dime features a youthful female figure wearing a Phrygian cap with wings, meant to represent liberty in her swift and enlightened form. Many people mistook her for the Roman god Mercury, hence the nickname Mercury dime, but she was never intended to be a male deity. She was instead a feminized embodiment of the nation's ideals. Above her head arcs the title Liberty, while to the left, usually near her neckline or neck truncation, appears the solemn phrase, In God We Trust, introduced to coins after the Civil War and now firmly rooted in American coinage as an expression of both national conviction and tradition. Beneath her portrait lies the date 1918, subtly marking the coin's place in history just as the Great War was drawing to a close. Designed by Adolphe Weinman, who also created the famed Walking Liberty half-dollar, this coin is considered a masterpiece of American coin design, part of the broader 1916 renaissance of U.S. coinage, in which older, more static designs were replaced by energetic allegorical compositions. The reverse, back, of the dime further reinforces the imagery of duality between peace and strength, showing a fasces, a bundle of rods tied around an axe, symbolizing unity and lawful authority, wrapped in an olive branch, representing peace. Together, they imply that peace is best maintained through preparedness. Surrounding this image are the inscriptions United States of America and 1 dime, ensuring both legal identification and face value. The coin was struck in 90% silver and 10% copper, weighing 2.5 grams with a 17.9 millimeter diameter, giving it not only beauty but intrinsic worth as a precious metal artifact. Millions were produced in 1918, but high-grade examples with full details, especially with fully struck central bands on the fasces, full bands designation, are considered rare and highly collectible today. Many circulated heavily during daily commerce, exchanging hands countless times in candy stores, train stations, and wartime donation drives, making well-preserved specimens difficult to find. For collectors, the 1918 P-dime holds significance not just as silver, but as a tangible relic of American resilience, a miniature sculpture passed from pocket to pocket during one of the most critical eras in modern history. Whether lightly worn and dull from years of service or lustrous and sharp as the day it left the mint, each surviving coin carries whispers of a bygone age, an era where liberty, God, and trust were not merely inscriptions, but shared national convictions stamped boldly in metal for future generations to admire. Next top. The 1981 United States dime is a 10-cent coin struck by the Denver Mint, identifiable by the small d mint mark located just to the right of President Franklin D. Roosevelt's neck on the obverse front side. Like all modern dimes minted since 1946, it features a left-facing portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, chosen to honor his leadership and his association with the fight against polio, which inspired the creation of the March of Dimes charity. Around his portrait are two key inscriptions found on nearly all U.S. coins: Liberty, a core national value, and In God We Trust, the official motto of the United States. Beneath his neck is the designer's initials, JS, for John Sinek. The coin is made of a copper-nickel-clad composition, with outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core, giving it its recognizable silver color. In 1981, over 746 million dimes were minted at the Denver facility, making it a common circulation coin with minimal collector premium unless found in unusually high-grade uncirculated MS or proof-like condition. While an ordinary worn example is only worth its face value of 10 cents, pristine specimens graded MS 65 or higher by coin certification services may be worth a few dollars, and exceptionally rare examples with minting errors, such as off-center strikes, doubled dies, or missing cloud layers, can be valued much higher by numismatists. The reverse side of the coin showcases a torch, symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch for peace and an oak branch for strength, accompanied by the inscriptions United States of America, E pluribus unum, meaning out of many one, and 1 dime. Though common in circulation, the 1981 D-dime represents more than just currency. It embodies American ideals, wartime legacy, and the evolution of modern minting technology. For collectors or history enthusiasts, even a simple pocket change coin like this offers a fascinating window into national symbolism and the everyday artistry of U.S. coinage. Next top. The 1988 United States 1 dime, often casually referred to as simply a 1988 P-dime, is a small yet historically rich piece of modern American coinage that many people handle daily without realizing the depth of its background. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, as indicated by the small P mint mark located to the right of President Franklin D. Roosevelt's neck on the obverse side, this coin belongs to the familiar Roosevelt Dime series, which began in 1946 as a tribute to the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt was honored due to his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, and also because of his involvement with the March of Dimes, a campaign originally created to combat polio. The obverse design, created by John R. Sinek, features a left-facing portrait of Roosevelt, accompanied by three prominent inscriptions: Liberty, positioned along the upper left curve of the coin, In God We Trust, placed just beneath his chin, and the date, 1988, slightly below that. While Untitled States of America is not an actual phrase found on the coin, it's possible that the user may be referencing a misprint, damaged coin, or an example where the word United is partially worn off, which can sometimes occur due to circulation wear or minting errors. The reverse side of the coin showcases three symbolic elements: a torch in the center representing liberty, an olive branch to the left symbolizing peace, and an oak branch to the right representing strength and independence. These symbols are encircled by the inscriptions United States of America at the top and one dime at the bottom, with the Latin motto E pluribus unum, out of many one, centered between the torch and the branches. The coin is composed of a copper core clad in layers of cupronickel, 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it both durability and a silver-like appearance despite containing no actual silver, a change implemented in 1965 after rising silver prices made earlier 90% silver dimes too expensive to produce. In terms of mintage, the 1988 P dime is extremely common, with over 1.17 billion coins produced, meaning that circulated examples typically hold only face value, 10 cents, unless they feature unusual qualities such as full bands, deep cameo proofs, off-center strikes, die cracks, double dies, or dramatic planchet errors. Collectors seeking higher value versions generally look for uncirculated or certified mint state, MS 65 or higher, examples, where sharp detail, strong luster, and minimal surface marks make the coin more desirable. A full strike with clearly defined torch band lines, sometimes referred to as full torch or FT designation by grading services, can further increase its value. While the vast majority of these coins are still in circulation or tucked away in jars across the country, rare die variety errors, such as a missing mint mark or misaligned die, can greatly elevate collector interest and value. In essence, even though the 1988 P dime may appear like an ordinary piece of pocket change, it embodies American history, symbolism, and the legacy of a president who helped shape the nation, all encapsulated within a tiny 10-cent coin weighing just 2.27 grams and measuring 17.91 millimeters in diameter. Whether discovered in spare change or examined under a magnifying glass by a seasoned numismatist, it serves as a reminder that even the smallest objects in everyday life can carry stories of national pride, technical innovation, and hidden rarity.